It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You know, I want to feature it at the Gagosian. You know, I have friends at the Gagosian. Richard Prince is a good friend of mine. Like, fantastic. It was great. Miguel Barcelo. Oh, like we should do like an upside down elephant with Hung Peng or Young Peng. Who gives a shit what his name is? It's just brilliant stuff. So it was fantastic, fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, I met Young Peng about 4.5 years ago. I was traveling through Asia, ended up in Thailand and Bangkok, and a buddy that I was traveling with caught wind of this art exhibit that was going on. And this was Young Peng. This was way before he got famous, before he went international. And we go into his studio, and it's literally pictures upon pictures upon pictures of his own genitalia. And there was one centerpiece there that I couldn't take my eyes off. And I must have stood there for about 5 minutes before Young Peng came up to me beside me, and I said, this is amazing. This is unbelievable. Explain it to me. And what he said to me stuck with me for my whole life. It changed my philosophy. And he said, not one day, 2 days. And then he goes on, he says, you know, everyone talks about one day I'll be this. One day I'm going to make myself something. One day I'm going to do this. But it's not about one day. It's about 2 days. And since that day, I started my own business. I started selling t-shirts. I've got, man, a huge inventory. It's called ballsdeep.com. You can buy online t-shirts about any kind of movie you want, any kind of slogan, everything you want. I can make them, I can print them, whatever. And that was my dream. That was one thing that I always said I would do, but I never got around to it until I met Young Peng. And that was it, man. I owe everything to that guy. So I'm glad he's doing well. I'm glad he's doing great, and he deserves it, because in my mind, he's a genius.
Young Peng is about renewal. He's about cleansing the palate, so to speak, literally, to everything that's out there now. And this freshness, this alive, new sense of feeling. It's like a new medium. He's created a new medium. It's no longer just canvas, two-dimensional, figurative. It's perspective, it's man, it's love, it's beauty, it's linear. I mean, just look at those titles. I just feel better myself already, don't you?
Yeah, I really like Overhung. The pieces are amazing, you know? It's very existentialist with a little bit of nihilism. I don't know, just seeing myself, it just reminded me of what a dick I am. And his name is...
So the other piece that I was completely riveted by is the one titled Women, with like the two kind of straight linear lines. You know, it had a lot of texture in it, yet, you know, two different sizes. That sort of represents to me, you know, his relationship to the world. You know, like, one is a microcosm, you know, the smaller piece is kind of a microcosm of a bigger universe. And it could also be, you know, man and female, they're also parts of the same, yet, you know, they're similar, yet they play duality, you know, dual roles with each other. And, you know, it's so insightful. It just shows, like, you know, his old soulness and also the playfulness of kind of, I think that's also what he thought of when he was younger. You know, like maybe he was a child, you know, the smaller piece, and, you know, the parent and the older piece, and, you know, yet they're complicated. They're not just straight lines.
The first time I cried was probably about 18 years ago. At the time, my partner at the time saw something in a newspaper. She took me to this exhibition, and I remember walking in, there was about 60 or 70 people all around this one work. It's the first time I've been into a gallery where there's one work. Normally there's maybe 20 works around a body of work, but in this piece there was this religious, spiritual piece that was, I remember you walk up and it was bright red, it was like blood, it was almost pulsating, it was a colour-filled work that just looked beautiful. There was this big vertical abyss, this big gash that was being painted with this linear sort of ink-like sort of calligraphy, and when I looked at it, I felt like I recognized it. I felt like I was looking at something that I knew quite well. And I looked at my partner and she looked at me in a funny way that I'd never seen her look at me before. And I said, "Is that yours? Is that your vagina?" And she said no, but I don't know, something makes me think that there was something there that it wasn't right. It wasn't right. But beautiful artwork, but so there's, I don't know if there's something more to it than just a vagina. I think there might be a relationship there that I don't know about. Who's to say? I'll never know. Brilliant man. Maybe he's a prick. Maybe he's a genius. I loved his work, but I just felt, I don't know, betrayed. or I asked her about it. She said it wasn't hers. What do you do?